Nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport,
what a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions African.
In entertainment and same tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride through with day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slik Television, channel 37 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tune in and stay informed like never before.
Election all over the world now is something we very paramount, important. Because any side will get a leader for rule a country or for rule to society or myself. But most of the times when it comes to elections, this is nothing where some man only take make joke, some man take us fun at all, take a make say this election or these positions we will be going for, but once we want to get a leader, we must make sure say we get this particular leader or this person we want for make it will serve or for make it will be before we. But with all this, most of the times when it comes to party politics, because nothing is alarming all over, more especially when it comes to salon politics. No fun when it comes to politics, not salon. People can elect for your politics within the happen between the oppositions and the ruling government. That is the APC and the SLPP. Hello, with this, I say good afternoon and welcome you to Slik Television on today's show After Lunch with me, Sean M. Abdullah. But remember, some times ago in the month of February, we see the APC put out a press notice as of when they forget the lower level elections and all. But this will be put out as first. The time where they should say they forget the election, that not happen. Postpone them, whether the money no day, the money day, or due to some certain reasons and all, that not happen. So where it reached to a time, there was another issue concerning the Secretary General, Lawyer Lassan Adundoya, will make the politics, the election able for whole at all, because as of the team, they did to them put say this election, the lower level elections we need for Duam, but because of the Secretary General be there in detention, so the election will be happening. But away from that, after the release of the Secretary for the All People's Congress Party, we see again they put out a notice as of when the elections will happen. But let me take a quick and see what the quote say. We could say when a party is called to order during leadership transition, the real test is whether internal democracy line with regulatory oversight without deepening divisions. You go right again so you will get a clear understanding of that. They say when a party is called to order during a leadership transition, imagine say we won't forget the leadership transition. Let we party get a leader. The one that we don't rule before, for Meko can get another leader. Imagine that one day. So the leadership transition, the real test is whether the internal democracies can align when regulatory oversight without deepening divisions. With that, we see in this month, in the month of March 30th, we see another press notice from the All People's Congress after they don't get the lower level elections. But with that elections, people will think say, since that election maybe don't happen, we not will get any other elections again until we see a notice. And the notice says it reads, from the 30th of March 2026, it's a public notice, conduct of free run world election, Saturday, 4th April 2026. Here, this is not the letter or the press notice or public notice where the All People's Congress Party they put out. They say the National Secretariat of the All People's Congress, APC, under the authority of the National Secretary General, thereby issue this formal public notice to all party members and the general public. The National Secretariat hereby informs as follows. The one-word elections shall be conducted on Saturday, 4th April. But with this notice, they say for run elections, forget back the elections as of some of the things that actually be doing happen. They need to get back some satisfied we may say the elections not go down well. But inside the notice, the APC not be put out. Actually there's some alight. The areas the way the election for take place. They not be put them out at all. So today, when of February, I beg your pardon, April 2nd, this is the day where it decided notice say for experts or the time for give out locations as of which side the elections that therefore take place. But waiting happen. Just with that, we see a notice from the PPRC say no. Lower level elections or the rerun of the elections, not going to happen. No need for tap and the first, no need for Holland until we do the necessary things. But with that conversation, or with this conversation, we'll go for get between Mikhailo Kroma, one of the member of APC in the city secretariat for the APC, and we'll be watching at the APC calls to order by PPRC amidst quest for party new leadership. But we reporter Maramane begat an interview where he do with PPRC as well forget the young part what to make them say or the reason behind they say as APC not forgo about for do the election, the lower level elections. What's the reason? What the cause? So we get an exclusive interview. James Karamane, we reporter, where we get an interview with the PPRC Executive Secretary Olusegun A. David. And now this we will come again just after this.
We see when address a letter to APC party concerning the lower level rerun election which will take place this weekend. Take you through that letter there.
Okay, of course, I just want to accept the context very clear. We all know say the All People's Congress we don't begin the lower level elections, and then following the conduct of the lower level elections, people have been sending petitions, and as provided by the Constitution of the All People's Congress, as contained in Article 43, the Constitution established the Independent Elections Complaints Board, IECB. So when the elections then be done hold, that's the lower level elections there, petitions then go to the IECB. In most instances, petitioners then they send the petition direct to the IECB and copy we. Because one of the things we tell all the petitioners is that you have to exhaust the internal redress mechanisms of your party before coming to the PPIC. Because as regulators equally, that's our responsibility for strengthening the internal structures of parties and make them become much more efficient and effective. So all petitions went through the IECB because we not be receive any reports about the hearings from the IECB. So the commission may actually summon the leadership of the IECB as well as the National Secretariat for get a meeting. And in that meeting, the IECB may actually avail the commission with electronic copies of the reports. And a lot of issues were equally discussed. But it was agreed at the end of that meeting last week Friday that for the purpose of petitions where the commission not begin for received following the issuance of the Internal Elections Complaint Board reports, people that don't begin for petition the content of the reports. And because of that, the commission will inform the meeting that we will open up the petition the 2nd of April, 12 noon. After 12 noon, before close of business, we will now put together the matrix of all of the petitions received and send out to the National Secretariat and prepare for commencement of hearing on Tuesday, next Tuesday next week. But in that meeting again, key agreement was that because petitions are not beginning to come, there was this agreement that there will be a hold on all related reruns, or as the case may be, from the IECB until the commission receive all of the petitions and we send those petitions when we receive to them. Because you cannot, nobody not able for determine IECB report don't come out. Nobody not able for determine who that get for petition this, who that get for petition this until the cut-off period. So it was agreed that constituencies election can proceed and constituencies will not get a single word we get petitions. So for example, if you have a constituency we get forward and one of the wards then gets petition where day before the IACB, which the IACB reports don't address, then that particular constituencies cannot proceed with the conduct of any election so far. But if you get 4 wards and there is no petition from none of the wards, then that constituency can proceed for constituency elections. So when we see the notice from the All People's Congress on social media, well, of course, I was actually sent a copy directly by one of the national officers of the All People's Congress. It was the responsibility of the commission for just remind the leadership of the party that we had this meeting and agreed that you will put a hold on all reruns until we receive all of the petitions and we send the matrix. It's just not logical that they will forget enough preparation to inform the people, between Thursday and Saturday for the conduct of the election. So we just think, they're not really logical for holding any rerun elections until the matter is determined before the PPIC. For areas the way people then feel okay with the ruling of the IECB, then it's fine. Or after Thursday tomorrow, we'll be able to know decide the way petitions come up from and the areas the way petitions do not come up from. If petitions not come up from certain areas, then which means that the petitioners we don't write to the IECB are comfortable with the directives of the Independent Elections Complaint Board. But until the cutoff period of Thursday tomorrow, then nobody can be able to ascertain which area petitions will come up from and which. So for those on the safe side, that's the reason why it was agreed that there will be a hold on all of the reruns. Okay. And another day we sent to them yesterday.
Petition, we don't talk about. Take to the content of some of these petitions they make.
Well, just highlights of them. One, for some areas, the petitioners then say the Independent Elections Complaint Board order for a rerun. According to the petitioners, elections took place and they get videos, evidence of all of the proceedings of the elections. And according to them, they adhere to the rules and regulations of the party in the conduct of the said elections. There are others who say, as the IECB say, there should be no rerun. But the right say, but there were no elections in our areas. So why IECB will say no rerun when there was, in fact, as a matter of fact, there was no election? Okay. Whilst others they will say yes, they conduct election, but the election was not in line with the rules and regulation. One, then change center on the day of the election. 2, the election materials were not provided. 3, then doctor the voter registration. So those are just part of, in summary, some of the contents of the petitions received so far, where they challenge or where they challenge the reports from the Independent Elections Complaint Board. We start the hearing on Tuesday. From Freetown, we are going to all of the regions and Kono as well. So once we are done with that, we issue the ruling based on the evidence that is brought before the commission, and that is the reason why we only know they just receive petition letters. During the petition hearings, we'll bring petitioners, we'll bring the national officers, we are bringing members of the Independent Elections Complaint Board. So it is not PPIC. So when the petitioners speak, you have the national officers to respond. You have members of the Independent Elections Complaint Board to equally talk about waiting the ruling there about, and you equally have the institution as provided in Article 42 of the APC's constitution, where the Independent Elections Committee, whether they actually conduct the respective election. They said they'll be part of the petition. So you have conducted. You have listened to the petition. This is the petition. This is the national officer, and we are seated in the middle. So you talk. You supply the evidence. You have those who conducted to respond. Did you? You were in section this or this? Did you? This is what the petitioner is saying. What's your response? Because you are there. You are the man who conducted the elections. You have the people from the complaint board to actually come to say, no, yes, this is what happened during our engagement with the petitioners and those who conducted the election. National officer will speak, and at the end of the day, it's what is before us. We are not spirits for no waiting happen, but what is brought before us, and that's the reason why it's an open petition hearing. We are all actors who participate in the process at present. So it's not anything we can do with ambush. No. No, so it's very open and it's very clear.
Any petitioner feels say an accusation not be in order to satisfactory answer for PPX and all the other members, you advise for taking legal action?
Oh, the Act provides for those remedial action. You know, the Act provide. PPX is not above the law. We are subject to the provisions of the law as well. So, if somebody feels our ruling, he or she know.
Okay, so that's now the conversation on interview where James Kamaramane gets with the Executive Secretary for the PPRC, Olusegun David, concerning, you know, the reason where they be and say they need for tell APC say, okay, we'll not stop, we'll not go about for do this election for now. You know, with this I get Mikhailu Kroma with me, the APC, a member for Publicity Secretariat, APC, and you go say good afternoon to people, Mikhailu.
Good afternoon. Slik TV, good afternoon viewers, delighted to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So, you don't get from the Secretary for PPRC concerning the stop or we didn't tell us say we not forgo about for do the lower level elections as the APC we don't pull out a notice from March 30 say on 4th of April we not forgo about for do the elections. Now that you don't get this particular word or this interview where you don't hear it from the secretary, you know, una as political members, first of all, this message we don't listen so, you know, how una feel or what you think of this particular message?
The message not come as a surprise. I take the time for equally listening to the Executive Secretary. All of what he states, they in line with the provisions of the law. You not say anything outside the law. You know, in statement well guided. I mean, we get institutions the way they guide the conduct of political parties and the PPX in our one. We also get provisions in our constitution where establish certain body them. Yeah, he tell you about the IEMC, when are the Independent Elections Management Committee. He tell you about the IECB, when are the Independent Elections Complaints Board. He tell you about the national officers of the party and all players were involved. You know, on the 26th of March, we received letter from PPRC. After we the Independent Elections Complaint Board, we don't sit down, don't look into all the petitions there and don't rule, then we communicate to PPRC that this now ruling, PPRC be right we and say, we can go ahead for conduct elections for all the constituencies, we not get petitions. For example, when you go Kenema, let's start with Kailan. There is no petition from Kailan. Everything gone well. You come to Kenema, Kenema get about 11 constituencies. Now only one constituency get issue. The 10 okay. And that one constituency, they get 6 wards. Like how Olusegun State. Constituency go there, get 4 wards. But if the one get problem, you know go on. You get 6 wards. Now only one of the wards then get problem. Outside them petition. But you know go conduct election for that ward, that constituency because now would they form the electoral college? Because this not to open primary again. The level where all members of the party they vote now at ward level. As long as you're a registered member, card carrying member, you get fully paid off for a period of 1 year, you are certified by the party, your name, then at the voter register, you the vote and for be voted for. At that level, they now everybody, but when you go to constituency elections, now only the ward executives they will elect, plus the outgoing constituency executives, now then they form the electoral college, when are the delegates them for that election day. So if you get a ward, with 3 of the wards say okay, but the one not okay, you still not complete. Now that's Olusegun, they communicate to we. And on a personal note, I don't think say now wrong something. I believe say for we self as a party, a fine, let we get a right, then we go and count, then counter will say back, no, we're go do one back. Because it involves resources, involves time, and a lot of things. So a fine for make we get them right. But be it as it may, we don't inform PPRC. After the right with the 26, say the day receipt of the petitions, the order rule and everything, advice we say we can go ahead for conduct constituency elections, and that in fact decide that we get issues law put a hold. You see, Lansana Dumbuya, when our Secretary General, they now author a public notice on the 30th of March because we don't get certification from PPRC on the 26th. So on the 30th of March, Lansana Dumbuya author a press statement and states say, on the 4th of April, when on Saturday, we dey get elections and all the words them, who's I want them in council elections, not to all them petitions, some of them are cancellation. Because election not be take place because of either skirmishes or other reasons, so then cancel that particular area day. So all decide the way then cancel and decide the way then petition, where they don't rule on, Lansana Dumbuya, the Secretary General, say elections then go take place on Saturday. If further state that public notice they say on the 2nd of April, when at today, the party will communicate the venue them, the locations they outside the elections and will take place. And also state say by copy of that notice, we don't inform PPRC, we don't inform the Inspector General of Police for let them give security coverage and let PPRC also involved in the process. So PPRC, not to say that on their own, they sit down no more, they say APC when I put a hold. Now people like individuals, the members within the party, will not feel satisfied with the decision of the Independent Elections Complaint Board. Now then go back to PPRC for further petition. So if the PPRC say when I put a hold on them, law say I will go address them, and they say by the close of business today, we all know say tomorrow on a public holiday. And if they communicate to it today, the parties have go communicate to the membership and the public. If we get to proceed on Saturday with some of the constituency elections, or they wait, Lord, do all the works then before they begin the constituencies, the party go pull now for inform the membership and for inform the public. But PPRC not go advise, they will go against that advice day. Because this is the body that is established by law from 2002, and they don't review the act in 2022 for regulate the conduct of political parties. So would they listen to them, and would they hope for a read from them today, and by the 7th of April, we will also look forward for sit down and address them petitions then day. All right, so talking about this PPRC, now this particular statement or the way PPRC say we not forget about for do the lower level elections is not a surprise to the APC. You know, why is it that if this particular thing not be a surprise, we not wait out for PPRC for tell una say we not fit forget about for doing elections, or is it that we not really expect any petitions make when I go about for pull out a press notice? Yes, I don't already state this very clearly. Say on the 26th, we receive letter from PPRC. We give clearance for go ahead. We not just grab no more, we say we conduct the elections. This is the letter dated the 26th. In this letter, they say position of the decision of the Independent Elections Complete Board. We are mention of the All People's Congress, the date on the 26th. We don't communicate to them, say, we don't sit down on the petitions them. And then petitions they are, we don't sit down, we don't resolve them. So now it tells you when I can go ahead and conduct elections, what's the issues they're not there. Now in giving out the cause, not to like we not wait for PPRC or beat the gun. Now because of this particular certification, so we go continue with the elections, now make lawyer Lansana Dumbuya be author this now, from the 26th now to the 30th. He author this. But within this process now, PPRC we don't begin receive petitions from people that were still dissatisfied. Now make PPRC write this other letter to we when at the 31st. For now, inform we say that they in receipt of petitions. People then they were still not satisfied after the Independent Elections Complaints Board rule. They still not satisfied. They don't go PPRC. So then they advise say all the areas and they will get issues. Lord put them on hold. Not only like say PPRC stop for going to elections now. Yeah, you the executive secretary say. Yeah. They say the constituent system will not get issues. For example, Tonkolili. Now there have been two petitions then. When our constituency 51 and 54. But after the ruling, I guess now only one now gets issue. So you get about 9 constituencies now Tonkolili who can conduct elections. You get about 10 constituencies out of 11 at Kenema who can conduct elections. All other districts, you get areas who can go ahead and conduct elections where the constituencies don't even get issue. But the party will advise itself accordingly. If you prudent follow begin constituency elections, we will not complete all the works them. Because maybe we don't want to do a disjointed one, we want to do a holistically, so that we come up from ward, we know say a constituency now. We come up constituency, we know say a district, we come up district, we know say a region, specialized organs of the party and bodies, and then national delegate conference. So the party will advise himself today, after PPRC communicates with we. But everything that happen, like I say, it not come as a surprise. Because we know say this not uncommon. In other political parties, it happened. We don't witness a circumstance in 2018 in which 34 of the constituencies then they where KKY been challenged. You go PPRC, where PPRC ruled and still dissatisfied, they even went to court. At the end of the day, then done with that, then still get the elections then conducted and then proceed. But we know for reach that level, even the IECB, the Independent Elections Complaints Board, the people that way they sit na that body, now people that way get vast experience, we come by the law and we come by political party affairs. The chairman, lawyer Ibrahim Sohi. Lawyer Ibrahim Sohi get vast experience on institutional knowledge of the party. He don't serve as the chairman of the CRC, Constitutional Review Committee of the APC, we give back to the current constitution, no, they use the March 7, 2022 constitution, in be the chairman of that committee day. This time the chairman of the convention, Musa will elect Dr. Samura Kamara as chairman and leader in 2023. This man does serve as president of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. He get vast experience, he get integrity, he get character beyond reproach. Even the secretary, lawyer Usman Sura Kamara, these are people with the integrity, you don't go question them. And all what they do, it did in line with the internal election rules and regulations. When are this? It also did in line with the APC Constitution, March 7, 2022 Constitution. When are this? It equally did in line with the PPRC Act of 2022, we established. So these are people who guided by that document they are and the vast experience on party business before ever they reach then decisions and they. Right. So the people that we still feel dissatisfied, now they're right. And the party, we know they feel offended, we know they feel dissatisfied. We go also continue for engage till we get them right, get every member for understand, say, now the provision of the law we follow. Yeah, real thing say, some people the issues that we can go to there. Some man they say conduct elections now. Yeah. They say this polling center, it did na Epic Radio, we say Epic Radio or Slik TV day. Then you grab, you take them. You say no, they go to an international school. Not also the law say, not also the rules say, not also the directives say. So the people that want an opponent, if you move the center, we say you get advantage.
But actually, what if because the one they follow they transfer center that's go then at different places?
No, I don't want to say insubordination, but now people that will not be take the directives of the secretariat.
That's now within the party?
Now within the party. We not get external person we can do all.
So why that for happen?
Well, now they say now people that they do at their own advantage. It is wrong to do so. We know they support them kind of thing and they. Because directives not are directives. It's just like national elections. You know, so they go to national elections and they demarcate. If I order they publish the voter list, who say they register this salary get for vote now, they go paste them. You go verify name and all. That day now for election, we got money, you go for vote. You mean two side, they be saying that they for vote, not today. You say go challenge the election result. That now one. You know, it was not correct to do so.
So in that case, what's now the actions we will not take as a
the party take very serious action. One, now for deny the people that we do that, and they say, what oh, now doing not correct, so they reverse them. Now I make the IECB rule. Say it wrong, you're not supposed to be so, will they do the elections back? And secondly, you know, this is a learning process. Because now the first set of elections will get about 446 votes. Not so picking elections and all over the country, the elections then take place simultaneously. Who knows say then challenges the whole don't identify, the party don't address them. Don't put disciplinary mechanisms in place in the next set of elections. Anybody will shift polling station to another area will not today they initially demarcate the party they take action against that person day. It can lead to suspension even. So I think say nobody no go do that kind of thing and again. We all know say electoral processes the world over can get challenges. But this, I mean, as so they go ahead, now so they correct them small. At constituency level now, you not go for this so because constituency now only 132 constituencies, not to like ward when are 446, and not to like ward when are all man they vote. Constituency is controlled. 132. The voter register is controlled because now the ward executive and the constituency
so talking about this constituency, if you say like waiting happen so for this other election, no go to happen again?
Now, waiting make it not happen again, I don't tell you. First of all, we get forget enough security because 446 wards, the security forces, they don't discourage party, they're not for use marshal, not for use task force. We only rely on the Sierra Leone police. And for the side that we me cover, I went to as far as Kenema, as Sleep Day, I covered the entire Kenema. all the inside Kenema, 3 constituencies, with each of them about 6 wards, about 18 wards. I go outside, police presence been there outside. No confusion not take place, everything gone smooth.
So maybe security no be there for this past.
No, security there, but the side the way skirmish has been there. We now have seen on social media when people that be either affect or scatter ballot box, enough security not been there because they were sparsely dispersed. Which I mean, the center them in Boku, you get 446. That now the whole country. It just start like national election no more. National election, where they vote at all wards now this country. You don't understand. So, but now that it don't reduce from 446 to now 132, then go get enough. We said they be send 5, then go able send 10 people and then now. Because not only election no more than get for man, then get for stealing at the checkpoint there, then get for still do the other police work there, then not go still no more that day for APC elections. So what are they say? All of what happen get for minimize because we will get enough security now the place. So I mean nobody no go to issue there.
Okay. So listen from David, what he say, if we will forget some of the petitions there. He say some petitioner says the independent commission complain but order for rerun. They say they have evidences of video of all the elections as they adhere to rules of the party and conduct of the election. That's another one. They say some say there should be no rerun, while some says there should be them. Another party again who say okay, the petition will be open. Let me say for the second time. Okay, that's April. That's not today. So. In all some of these petitions where this man don't make mention of, from his statement actually waiting, you don't say, are these petitions tangible enough, for let PPRC able for say no, APC these particular elections we not forgo about them for now? Yes,
PPRC, the rule now for receive complaint and address them complaint and day. I mean anybody when I can't carry a member of the party, you get right. For approach PPRC after we don't exhaust internal alternative dispute resolutions. Because even we go at first instance to PPRC, then they file you to your party. They say, no, when I get dispute resolution mechanisms now on a party, when I get the Independent Elections Complaints Board, when I even get the disciplinary committee, when I get the elders council, when I go resolve on an internal matter. So if the person thinks, say, after all the structures, then they, in this case, after the independent elections, complaints body don't sit down for several days and weeks, don't review all what you do, don't come out with a ruling, you feel still dissatisfied. If you go to PPRC, now they're right for listening to you. Then go listen to you, and they don't go give you right automatically, but then get right for listening to you. Why don't they listen to you? 1, now for minimize court cases. 2, now the road for mediate between political party leadership and the members there and amongst political parties. So not bad. I mean, for let them advise the party for put a hold. Let we get a conversation and resolve their other areas and they go ahead. They not give me holistic ban on all areas. They say we can go ahead with constituencies that we not get problem. But the side that we get issues, now we go on the drawing table and address the issues.
Some of the petitions are correct?
I'm not going to be in the position for say them correct until I know the merits of them particular petitions.
So what do you self-observe as a party? What do you self-observe?
Some things that may happen we're not correct. I have stated it. I don't hesitate for stating. Say anybody will shift polling center where the party secretary don't say nah yeah. You take a and go that's a wrong for do so. You know for the one. So everybody, all the one will shift polling station because the communication don't go. There are correspondences to indicate who's election for take place. If they tell you say election for take place now FSSG, school, like cooking a national election center Kindidi, then you pull the center you can go na collegiate school. It's not correct. Because that person the way they can FSSG they can for go vote, not to collegiate. Now upline, forget about Yana or something. You go say you can take bike or keke quick you run go there. Upline not to show you there. Now who say making vote most often, even at national election. Now Ward 175. Ward 175 then at constituency 052. Constituency 052 then at Tonkolili district and at Bonkolenken chiefdom. How that constituency they you get it is sparsely populated. You get some areas there where people they work at 7 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles as the case may be. For Canada, the center outside they can't vote. We saw okay votes during that elections and they then called them Masumana Court Barre. For common Masakong for Kande is about 7 miles. For common Makande for Kande is about 7 miles. For common Magbolu Ferry for Kande is about 8 miles. So you come out different places for Canada Center. Then I then give me instruction as somebody wey na registrants na that particular side dey say go conduct election day. They are take the polling center, pull and they can go inside Makande when I'm in village. When they are convenient, I think say me people and get easy access. It is wrong to do so. So my opponents go challenge me. They go say what I do wrong. And if you challenge me, I right. And if the IECB rule, then go rule say no, this way you do wrong. When I go conduct the elections, so side and say for conductor. Because you don't use it for advantage, you deprive other people them. So we are not shying from the fact, say some of the things that were happening wrong. Now make IECB give the correct ruling in all of them petitions and they.
All right. So, Mikhailo, away from this and this petition 10. Yesterday we see the ECSL get a meeting where the chairman called for me to stakeholders and political parties. The APC be there among?
No.
Why?
Because we don't already make it clear. Say we know we as a party not be approved the nomination of Edmond Sylvester Alpha. I mean, as Chief Electoral Commissioner, we don't communicate down the loud and clear to President and to all concerned. We don't raise issues as to why that's not the case. We don't even boycott governance because of that reason they. And we don't say with the stage peaceful protest. If the thing they will ask for letter address and no address, how you go call me now to a meeting we go? So before this time self, you know say it be all right to a letter and invite you to a meeting. Nobody. You understand? This morning, I've been doing at SLBC morning coffee for talk on the same issue. Coincidentally, Albert Masako, when the external relations director, na ECSL, he been did it. The same question where you ask, they asked me the same question. And I addressed it appropriately. Even say, then they try to reconstitute the PPLC. PPLC na political parties liaison committee. And this PPLC will be they do the recommendations. The recommendation 20 been talk say, law reconstitute them. Will reconstitute allow APC and SLPP when are the major political parties then for take leadership. Because they say the PPLC according to ECSL now the parliament outside parliament. Now they sit down for take decisions. All political parties are represented there. All critical decisions in terms of the elections now they take how for even recruit staff then, how for buy voting materials, equipment, computers, all that voting. Now they take all the decisions and they. You understand? They not be no reconstitutor, even from what the recommendations say so. Why now they want reconstitutor and what they know say will not they? Boko of the recommend, he said they accept all the recommendations within the tripartite 80 plus 4 recommendations. We get for do ECSL. He said, but they be don't start for work on a boy in a draft form. After the Easter holiday, he said, I then go validate and then begin for implementer. Why all this while? Before they begin appoint commissioner, will not say law address recommendation 36. We say we for amend section 32 subsection 3 of the Constitution, section 2 of the Public Elections Act and section 34 of the Constitution for make room for a search and nominating committee. So now they want to try for do everything for do that they begin implement the recommendations and now no the spirits behind their recommendations then they now for let them changes and take place before we begin get appointment. People that really need to understand the position where APC come from. Okay. You cannot put the cat before the horse. You can't. Okay, so talking about these amendments, in an interview some times ago, we get with you, talking about the amendment of Section 2, you say the Public Elections Act and the amendment of Section 32, where you say that it will create a room, forget a search nominating committee, where if you watch at the Interreligious Council, the Bar Association, the SLAG, the Civil Society, the Labour Congress, and all. But in this, then people are always highlight say the fit for come together. Watching at this from one perspective, from the APC, una feel say that people are there with una. No, not a matter of the outfit. They no need for the outfit. They need for the country. Not a we there for the outfit. Sierra Leone there for the it. Therefore, serve them consciences. Therefore, be patriotic than loyal to a political party. Why make we decide say Lord get a search and nominating committee? Not a novelty in African political dispensation. Now a model where them borrow. Then we been doing at the tripartite committee. Them borrow from Kenya. Now so they do in Kenya. Not to say that will not be exist, and even the body where they say they for established a parliament for the regulate the commission, now from South Africa, then take her. Because some of we do extensive research and know how they arrive at them particular conclusions that they.
Okay, so the CSOs, the CSOs they need for the part of the commission.
Now we say CSO then get a forum there. This CSO then and then they nominate without them believe say go represent the interest well. Bar association and then they nominate. Even PP asks itself, the commissioners how they constitute them. You know, you get. I was a staff of PPRC upon graduation from university. The Labour Congress, the Labour Congress, he get representative as one of the commissioners na PPRC. The Bar Association get representative day. ECSL get representative day. So now so then constitute PPRC also. Now different institutions then send people and then they nominate, not to president then they nominate to president for approval and president they send an a parliament now. You don't understand, eh? Not to like now the same thing no more then suggest the under. So interreligious council therefore nominate their own member. Labour Congress for nominate their own member. Association go nominate, go nominate. Women's group then go nominate, youth group then go nominate. Women's group you get 50-50, you get other, they all come together, then get a forum, they nominate one, and then nomination back they go to president. Now president they approved and now he's sending a parliament. After they don't do all the vetting, everything, they form this committee. Now so then now they apply.
So talking about this, Mikhailo, in a situation, in a case where like you expect say the civil society's need for nominating somebody for represent them. Of recent, you see, I don't know whether if you follow up from the ECSL, the CSOs, you know, go in a large number for service, you know, for thank you to the chairman. I appreciate one for doing it. So from that part, una as a political party or APC, you know, what do you think of that particular move with the civil society?
Now all the civil society go there. No, not all. You know, I don't want for question the credibility of civil society, but to know say civil society lately, some of them they take sides based on the interest. You understand? Not all the civil society then go there. But this is ECSL. One by the credible institutions them. Where they before election business now this country now new. National Elections Watch. Most of them civil society they don't serve now new. We don't get a circumstance. In fact, Golo Kata, who they had the tripartite secretariat, now been public relations officer for new. Later now been national coordinator for new. You understand? This is the same new way ECSL already blacklist. They know they call them by the meetings, they know they call them by press conferences. Just 3 days ago, they moved motion at parliament. And we don't see Honorable Tawa and all trances they against. They personally attack. So any civil society, we know they dance, now then tune, then they attack her. Now that they do. So that's why I will go this so. I see them all. I see Charles Mambu, where I think now lead the delegation. I see Alfonso Mali, I see a lot of the way go there. But the other civil society, they were credible enough. They're not from part of that delegation. Either they don't invite them or then think say they stand for the
So meaning the one that go, they're not credible enough?
Well, I know they say they're not credible. I say civil society, they lately, they take position based on their own interest. But that's I say. I don't want to discredit them because there has to be a space for civil society, just like I'll get a space for the media. But the truth of the matter is, that representation, they not invalidate we concern. For say, we don't want time. Not to the representation they move we. You not invalidate we concern at all. We need to know that clearly. Okay.
So apart from this side, we see on Tuesday, the Ministry of Information will get a press conference, whereas we get Alex Bonafa, Saulami, and other people will be the part of this press conference. Now, in a situation we are in, there's this statement where Alex Bonafa be rightly make mention say, now that the councils or the councillors say to the mayor, you know, boycott, forget about some activities where if you say like if you do your responsibility, that the council still need for functions. Una as APC members and una see where them, you know, get an acting mayor in the absence of Akisoya. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, first of all,
for function.
First of all, you know, there is no provision for an acting mayor. That nomenclature did not exist in the book, now the law books, now the act where established the council. Alex Bonafa at the head of decentralization, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah, yes.
This is not possible. He get vast knowledge on council operations. In fact, he has served as a district council chairman for Kailaon district. He's a friend and brother. We met at Frabe College. I mean, we have interacted from Kailaon, Kenema. He's a friend and brother. So you get vast experience in the area than they. So that is the approach we therefore don't use. The decentralization secretariat, the Ministry of Local Government, are the responsibility for intervene, not to the SLPP party. Like when they go convene meeting, they say don't appoint acting mayor. Who sign the law? We tell you say for appoint acting mayor. No, even they not get the power say for constitute a quorum. Because when you go to section 16 of the Local Council Act, it tell you where the mayor or the deputy mayor or the chair meeting. The boss of the chair meeting are from amongst the councillors, and now then comping councillors, then the elector, and for even form a quorum for meeting, you know, and half of the councillors. Now then they form a quorum for meeting, half of the councillors. Half of the councillors now council is about 20 because it's about 40 total number. They not get 20 councillors, so they cannot form a quorum. And again, even when vacancy occur, I think section 13 they tell you about vacancy. Yeah, of the act. You go section 16, subsection 6, they tell you about, they tell you about 3/4 for even take decisions on financial matters. You forget 3/4. 3/4 of 40 now almost now 30, they not get her. So all waiting and go do now them party office, now caricature of themselves. Okay. But waiting, Bonafa say, yes, the council is starved. Because council get a lot of things that we for do. Certification, registration, a lot of things, and cleaning of the cities across the country. Boko things that they do.
UNASEF agree to that fact today?
The fact of the matter is, yes, council for operates, but how council for operates? I think say council cannot operate without the mayor, because of course the mayor therefore sign a lot of things then before they go on, without which they not proceed. Council not go operate without the majority of the councillors, because for anything when they take, then go sit and take decision. They are being deprived now. They are being starved. We don't hold them to ransom. That is just the plain reality. I'm a realist. The only way for resolve that they sit on the table, address the concerns raised by the APC, because you cannot remove us from council. They don't have the power. You cannot remove the mayor. You cannot remove the deputy. You cannot sanction any action. You cannot form a quorum to do anything. In fact, the numbers of we then give themselves, they say they get 17 or 18 councillors. Now rig the process. So genuinely, if elections are conducted transparently, they can never have that particular number in Freetown. Never.
So in a case where in now blood is served, even though there was news where they passed on. Even though there is news where they passed on social media say blood on the 9.
No, it cannot be acting mayor. No, it cannot assume that.
So in that case, what has been the difference so far? Una the watcher from the APC lens of view. What has been the difference in him acting now or him working and with the mayor bidding?
Now, no, listen to you. You don't even get the capacity for act. You don't get that. Where I say capacity, not to like a doubt in intelligence, not to doubt that they try for talk about. Where I say capacity, waiting beyond the capacity for act, now we is supported by law. That all the decisions they are going to make a lawful. Now the right decision they are take. So you don't get that capacity they force. And not they say the intelligence, so you don't get the capacity. Now, because you don't get the capacity, they make caricature of himself. Not in other way you go do. You go no more, you go for one table and chair, they assume say you're not acting. No, he cannot do anything. Because he cannot form a quorum to even hold a meeting. He cannot form a quorum to even sanction financial management issues. He cannot. Even if they want to go buy fuel now, for them dump truck them now, for go to A.T, they say for withdraw money, he cannot sign a voucher to withdraw. He cannot sign any check. So we need for no anything in this.
So many difference, there's no difference way, no difference, not the way, at least like we don't say like the
No, that's not the way we will affect when anything serious. I think say the best approach now that the APC don't meet with a lot of diplomatic missions. We don't meet with the commissions for peace and national cohesion. We don't meet with office of the AG. Quite recently, the Speaker in the Parliament, Honorable Singapore Solomon Thomas, Solomon Thomas called the leadership of the opposition under Abdul to a meeting. They don't meet. A lot of meetings they go on. Me believe say at the end of the day, if we able to resolve this, now the best solution, resolve this, address the concerns of the APC, at least let governance continue. But for say then we're able to, even in Parliament, the amendment people they cannot pass it. Because you need 2/3 majority for vote on an entrenched clause. We'll be do first reading. The amendment bill lady, but we'll do first reading. Then also if we go second reading, APC no go agree. We go third reading, APC no go agree because our vote will get for vote. Now I make them bypass and go appoint Edmond Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner.
Okay. So in this case, in a press conference, sometimes back when I get now, we rightly make mention of, let we say, when I say when I will get a peaceful protest.
Yes.
When people expect this protest?
Now, we want to forget a well-organized protest. We still respect the fact that Sierra Leone is a country of law. Whenever we want for protest, now rights as provided for by the Constitution. I always make reference to Chapter 3 of the Sierra Leone Constitution. It talks about fundamental human rights. One of the rights then are freedom of assembly. We get the right for assembly we serve and for protest for things that we wrong in this country. But this protest also is guided by law. We as a party for rights to the IG of police. The IG of police, they give you clearance and they give you go ahead. Like I tell you, we don't get several meetings, engagement, and it take place. The party leadership goes soon communicate to the membership, waiting at the next step in terms of that particular decision.
Right to the IG?
The party leadership goes soon communicate to the membership of the APC. I know one put the cat before the horse. So
if you write to the IG, the IG get for giving a go ahead for go about for do this peaceful protest?
The IG no get no way for deny we now right. We no one day ask for him. From when we understand, you understand, politics. I don't one day see a moment where we don't officially write to the IG say we want clearance for protest. If this is the first time, no say they don't push we to the wall for do so. And the IG no go deny we because not a right for deny we. Now right for protest. This is right. It is legal, it is constitutional, it is not discretional. It is constitutional.
All right. So in a situation where we say we not approve Alpha, in all this, actually, what you want or would that want, for rule or for that particular positions as a APC people?
Well, not so we go tell who that want to, because if we go say now this one, then go say now become an imposing.
So if they don't,
it is not the individual, not to the individual. Now we own problem. Like say then choose any other person as long as na Sierra Leonean in character they beyond reproach. And this person not to glaringly a party supporter, like we get card carrying members of a particular political party. We see say this person he gets some amount of neutrality, we get them bokuna this country. You understand? We APC not the pinpoint, we not get nobody in mind. We not the pinpoint anybody. President can now decide say they appoint somebody neutral, at least for ensuring we get sanity. Now this country, we get national cohesion, the opposition self-satisfied. We don't get problem with that person there. Edmond Alpha, why we could challenge the appointment? We state and clearly in some of the correspondence system. We say Edmond Alpha, he don't make boku statement them. We ordinarily will not be expecting for make. And next statement, and they will state and now some of we letters they all right. Yeah. We say, public trust and confidence now one. We say the utterances that we don't make against international observers them. Now two, we say we doubt if you go conduct a transparent, free, fair elections. It is on videotape. You understand? For make certain statement and they we state about 4 points them and we analyze all them points then they why president of our appointer. But if the president go appoint somebody, we will know say this person here. You know one day say ampa yuki, mixed but not corruption. One day say something for offend anybody, why we need forget problem with that person? We cannot.
So
Edmond Alpha will even say
in corruption before.
But even yes, for let you go preside over an election. Now Koinadogu district. We saw get 149. When I go change it to 049, when I take 100 from we vote. Now corruption and they complete corruption. And he believes say we don't challenge them. Not until from 2023 we call meeting at New Brookfield Hotel. Press conference. We'll give them 72 hours ultimatum for let them resign as commissioners now PPRC. Not till today no more begin challenge them more. The international community can development partners, the all man can mediate, no APC law allow let this election go on. We don't pick this there we are a ground plan, a conspiracy to rig in the 2023 elections. We saw it coming. By all the things that we didn't do, you cannot rig elections on polling day. By the imposition of a midterm census in 2021, we'll pick them up. Voter registration and deprive a good number of people in the northwestern area, northeast and northwest who qualify for votes. The law very clear. We're not sure of somebody's age, you not get birth certificate, they say a chief. mayor, chairperson, members of parliament, councillor. They say imam or pastor can verify and vouch and certify that person they for let them register and not be the one. Then suffer most of young people there. Go out to make a result. Go bring your certificate. If you not the certificate, I mean, then do a lot of things. But people that upline, whether they born and they registered, they don't get bad certificate. They deprived us. We saw it in voter registration that there were plans to rig in the elections. We saw it in the midterm census that there were plans to rig in the elections. We saw it in the imposition of a proportional representation, where the constitution very clear on first past the post as the preferred choice or for use. They say in circumstances of crisis, who side the country you're not able to reach all sides, then you can invoke the PR. When the country is stable, where sanity today, then can't impose a PR. All of that we challenge him. So me, as a political scientist, I saw the rigging coming. The signs were glaring, and we advised accordingly. Now the reason I know the party may say therefore resign in 2023. Then go ahead, as we predict, and so they do. They rig the elections, announce the result when tallying was going on. No disaggregated data, no nothing. So then can people and they cannot continue to serve as commissioners.
All right. So lastly, before we go, when we come back to from a first question, we asked in relation towards, the PPRC say the need for stop force, the rerun of the elections. With all this, lastly, what are the expectations so far? After with all the petitions, we una get for watch at una and the APC and the PPRC, because not so PPRC want a logo for Sudan and watch at time. It gets what about this they logo for come and watch. What are the expectations after the petitions?
The expectation of that, that they for be the last stop. When PPRC sit down with the IEMC, with the IECB, with the leadership of the party and the petitioners, whatever resolution they resolve, we for move on as a party. We not expect say back somebody go can say still after we PPRC don't result in so that person still feel dissatisfied. It means you are holding the party to ransom. If you don't go at first instance you get your party conflict resolution mechanism. You say no, okay. You don't go PPRC and PPRC don't resolve. Then you come back. You say you're not satisfied. No, we not expect anybody for grab back after PPRC don't rule and talk say okay with that ruling day. You see, we as a party we resolve for move on. Now we could all respect all written PPRC don't do. Lately, we don't want to challenge PPRC decision. When PPRC rules say APC for reinstate Chief Samsumana, we reinstate her. When the order say the party forget a membership card dated certain period, we go qualify for run for 2028 elections as flag bearer, we do am. Ordinarily, the party for say no, we be don't pull letter say this man here, na new registration, not a reinstatement. If you want, they can do new fresh. No, we'll do what PPRC say. Because now the regulating body that day, we do it because we want to move on. We believe say the more the merrier. We believe say APC na a party where they create the platform for let all man realizing potential. As long as you're able to convince the delegates them for any position you want, them go vote for you. So if you weak in bend backwards for do that thing a day, we not challenge you because by right after PPRC decision, if we want as a party, we go say we not agree. We go challenge her before. You understand? We go to court for interpretation, but we not do we accept because this is the regulating body. Now then they regulate the conduct of political parties, and we as political parties, we are the partners who cooperate to them. We forgive them the respect to them deserve. So after PPRC, I don't expect anybody again for do otherwise.
All right, thank you very much. In name na Michael P. Kroma, and they for be member APC National Publicity Secretariat. So we conversation we talk about APC call to order by the PPRC amidst quest for party new leadership. Away from that, we get a public notice we come out, say declaration of public holiday. Say Saloma will like holiday. Public holiday, declaration of public holiday, Good Friday and Easter Monday. So, say the general public is hereby informed that the following days have been declared as public holidays throughout the country. Friday, 3rd April 2026, which is Good Friday, and Monday, 6th April 2026, Easter Monday. State House, Tower Hill, Freetown, 2nd April 2026, signed. So, this not a notice. But away from that, we see You know, when you move around the city, move around Freetown from different corners, also you see filling stations, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to petrol. How they get petrol? Waiting at the cause, waiting at the reason. Is it that they want for ace the price up, or is it that na fuel no day, or is it that na the Iran war and the touch salon or waiting? But we colleague Rabiatu Mansare, beginning at the ticket of Freetown, for look into the issues as of why they fear scarcity. We join Rabiatu.
From afar, you hear the grumble already. As people and say, they already sleep now so for fear.
Come yesterday, I was sleep out me by. I never go now say safe. Pastor come in once Ghana to line of fear. No man can watch. It's go to line.
You go see different colors of 5 gallon already, or 1 gallon that people they earn. Most of them they come with baku 5 gallon of them boots. But the operation kind of slow, and bike riders still in a queue. This come about 22 days where the Ministry of Trade been tell we say we get about 54 days reserve of petrol and 43 days of diesel in the country, but we just stay into 22 days already. But the message here, they tell different story. From what we don't get Hassan Sila, we don't be a bike rider for decades now, so we say this time very first experience is kind of a thing you never ever see in the history of him bike riding.
Because now this country is it. You forget Sabah, you don't get Sababu. You don't go sell to you.
The petrol station on the left, operation now they go on again. But not so that not be the reality this morning as ongoing activities will happen there. But now it is not happening that way. On the very last day of February, we see outside the Kuskas in the Middle East, we're not 10 for born good picking. Affects we just 6 days into it, as we don't get 2 times increase. There's been assurance from the regulators of petrol. Outside until we say we already get increase in metric tons of outside with the reserve we feel. But today the reality on ground tend for speak different thing. You hear the grumble say if not up you want go, we go one time. Others they say these petrol dealers deliberately they hide the fuel because they want for increase the price. The bigger question goes beyond whether we get enough reservation or the number of metric tons where already the director of petroleum we don't tell we say we get where we for preserve fuel for winner the country. Could it be Usai Kitchen, the crackle? What in that say as a country? Or the reality of Charles Darwin in theory about survival of the fittest? Jebu, they say right now, they're bound for 45 leons. Slik Television, Rabiatu Mansare.
You know, that's not just a report from Rabiatu. As you know, when you go around the city today, for even get fuel, that's not a big challenge. For get fuel, not a big challenge. You see a lot of queue. As you rightly get from that particular report today, as of now, the public notice or the latest or the breaking news is that now, from Ministry of Information and Civic Education press release, it says government announces temporary fuel subsidy. It reads, it said the government of Sierra Leone is taking action to ease the impact of rising global fuel prices. Oh, I wonder what it is to ease. All right, so the government understands the increase in fuel price affects transport, electricity, and the daily lives of citizens. It said we recognize the pressure they places on households and businesses. Now, inside this press notice, it said due to the ongoing global fuel situation, say the market prices or market price per the formula would be 36. Before this time, we used to buy fuel how much? Is it 32? Yes. So now fuel price is 36 leon, 36.10 per liter for petrol, and the diesel you get them for 44.26. New leon per liter for diesel. You said we know how much we buy diesel before, and we know if you know how much. For even know the difference of the vehicles, whether this they use diesel, whether this they use fuel, it's challenging. But this is the public notice. This is the latest as of now. Where are we heading to? It's a public notice. The fuel increase, just breaking news from 36, from 32. This is now 36. Where are we heading to? So that's not the latest. It said this means government is subsidizing 1.10 new leon per liter on petrol, 4.26 million per litre on diesel. That's not the subsidy, according to the government, or this press notice will come from the Ministry of Civic Education. Where are we headed to? So with that, we come to the end of the show as we get that breaking news. Now the fuel price change so. We end here with me, John M. Abdullahi. Stay blessed and have a blessed day.
Like it, I go wait for you, make you decide. I no go force, I go beg for no when you decide.
Yo, what's up? This is incredible JJ Mr. Who does that. I'm live on Slik TV channel.